Are we live? I think we're live, people! Hey, everybody, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88, and welcome to the evening edition of the Linux Coffee House. I will get started in just a few minutes, but normal house cleaning needs to be taken care of first. If you enjoy these live streams just as much as I do, smash that like button, ring-a-ding that notification bell, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. First off, I want to say thank you all so very much for getting me to 230 subscribers. Woo! It warms my heart knowing that there is a loving community such as yourselves that can encourage me and keep me going for pretty much as long as I've been making Linux and tech content on this channel. So, to all my Linux buddies and tech buddies, thank you all very much, and especially my Yu-Gi-Oh! Buddies as well. Thank you. I could not have gotten to this point if it wasn't for all of you. So thank you. Anyway, before we get started, I have a few announcements that I want to essentially bring you guys' attention. So let me pull up a tab here. I gotta have this in a different window because I got Jitsi in one window, then I got the YouTube studio in another window. So I don't want to pretty much tamper with what I got right now. So what I want to do is go to my live section and tell you guys what's on the schedule over the next few weeks. Okay. First and foremost, we have on October 10th at, is it 4 p.m. or 5 p.m.? I don't remember. Let me check. I gotta make sure I don't have the timing messed up. Okay, that's right. Okay. October 10th, 4 p.m. is the Storm OS live install. This will be the install for October. And then let me see here. I think there's an easier way I can do this, actually. Hold on. This way I can see the rest of my schedule, because it's a little hard to see the schedule within the studio when I can see the schedule elsewhere. Let me just... Give me a minute, folks. And then I'll tell you the rest of the announcements. Okay. There we go. All right. Go to... There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Okay. All right. And yep, I got it right. October 10th, 4 p.m. is the StormOS live Linux installation. This is Benny Boy's distro. I'm going to be testing it for him and pretty much giving an honest review about it. So keep a lookout for that. Hold on a minute. I just gotta make one more change, folks. Had to put the live chat to live chat mode. There we go. Anyway, back to the announcements. October 15th, 5 p.m. is the return of Edo Pro Dual Night plus Open Chat. It's been pretty much almost 2 months since an Edo Pro Dual Night has taken place. Starting next month, we'll start up Edo Pro Dual Night. There's gonna be the Edo Pro Dual Nights are on a new schedule as of next month. There will be 2 Edo Pro Dual Nights per month. There will be one like in the beginning or in the middle of the month, and then there will be one positioned in the latter part of the month. So keep a lookout for that new schedule for Edo Pro Dual Night. For November, the only event that I have scheduled for November, at least for now, November 5th, 5 p.m. will be the Fedora 39 live installation. That's right, folks. We're doing Fedora 39. So keep a lookout for that. And I will be testing the flagship edition of Fedora 39, which will include GNOME 45. So keep a lookout for that. And as announced this morning on DistroTube's Patreon chat, December 24th, 5 p.m. Actually, no. I'm going to back that up to 4 p.m. It might be better. This way, people in the European countries and so on can have a chance to say hello. So December 24th, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, USA time, I will be doing a live install of Zero Linux KDE. So keep a lookout for that. Like I said in the Patreon chat this morning, that's a little Christmas present to you. Steve, the developer of Zero Linux. So, Merry Christmas, even though it's a little early. But anyway, had a good time this morning with the guys, people. It was fun. Also hung out with Total West today. Shout out to you, brother. Great to chat with you for a little bit this morning as well. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the announcements for now. Let's see about finding some news for now. Let me look on my favorite little site, Pharonics. Okay, so I think what we're going to do here is instead of tabbing my articles, we're just going to give the Linux Coffee House a new type of flow here. I think I'm just going to share my screen immediately, turn off my webcam to conserve bandwidth, and we're just going to go in. We're just going to do a nice and steady pace, folks. We're going to go through one article at a time in a single tab. So let me just get everything set up here. There we go. Perfect. Okay, let me share my screen. All right. So what we're going to do is the current tab. Perfect. And now we are sharing our tab. There we go. Okay, folks. And just so I can still see the live chat, I'll get my iPad up and running, my lovely little iPad, and hook it up to the live chat. This way I can view the live chat and go through this at the same time. Okay, let's get this baby up and running, shall we? Okay. Let me just go here. Go here. Go to my channel. Go here. All right. There we go. Perfect. Okay, I got the live chat up and running. Let me just stir up my tea here. I had my coffee before I went on the air, but I wanted to bring some tea into the mix for this one. There we go. Perfect. All right. Good tea. I think the 5 minutes has officially expired here. What do you all say we get started? Shall we? Okay. So what article do we want to start off with tonight? And for those who are new to the Linux Coffee House, each Linux Coffee House, I not only chat to you guys in the live chat, but I read 5 news articles, and then we wrap things up and get on out of here. Usual custom for the Linux Coffee House, whether it's my usual morning edition or my evening edition. All right, let's start off with this article that's a little up here. There we go. All right. Linux 6.7 will allow more efficient use with Intel Intel QAT Gen 4 hardware. With the Linux 6.7 kernel this winter, there is a new feature coming to Intel's Quick Assist technology device driver that will allow more efficient use with Quick Assist technology Gen 4 hardware, such as the latest generation Intel Xeon Scalable Sapphire Rapids processors. Intel QAT Gen 4 devices so far to appear with select Sapphire Rapids processors as one of the accelerator's options. Support the notion of chain compression DC operations. With a single firmware request, the chained operations allow for hashing and then compressing the data in one go. The Intel QAT Linux kernel driver is being extended to enable the DC chaining service with the latest QAT accelerators by allowing the single DCC request to hash and then immediately compress the data. It saves some overhead and the latency involved in making multiple requests to the QAT hardware. More details on the QAT DC chaining can be found. I guess they didn't put a link in here. Oh well. I guess that's it. I guess you could find it via the comments, maybe. Who knows? Anyway, Let me just make sure that my Jitsi is doing good. Yep, it is doing fine. Yep. Okay, I was just checking Jitsi to make sure it's okay. It's fine. Let me make sure my camera's good. Yep, we're good. Perfect. I was just checking it, folks. No need to worry. Okay, what do you all say we get to our second article for the Linux Coffee House? Let's see. Here we go. All right, for the second article of the Linux Coffee House, evening edition. Forgot to add that part. Arch Linux Updater and not updater. Arch Linux Installer update allows more control over parallel downloads. LY. Arch Install 2.6.1 was released today as the newest version of this Arch Linux text-based OS installer. Ahead of next month's October Arch Linux ISO refresh, Arch Install 2.6.1 key features include allowing a custom number of parallel downloads to be specified, the option to use Lie as a display manager, the option to use Slick Greeter with LightDM, and adding Kitty, Dolphin, or Wolfie to Hyperland. The parallel download heading now allows any number of parallel downloads to happen, whereas previously it maxed out at 5 concurrent downloads. The recommended number of parallel downloads is still 5 or less, but can be set higher now if so desired. Live for those interested is an Incursus-like display manager for Linux and BSD systems, which here's what Live looks like. Whenever I've used Arch Linux here and there, I've always used Live because it's really lightweight and really stable, and very good boot time too. Arch Linux 2.6.1 also fixes issues with jack and pipewire conflicting, grub bootloader issues resolved, and various other tweaks fixed. The full list of Arch Install 2.6.1 changes can be found via today's release announcement. Okay, that's the second article for the Linux Coffee House. I'm looking at the live chat right now, but I don't see anybody at this current time. Which is okay because whoever misses these Linux Coffee House streams, you can always find a replay after the stream is over. Very nice blueberry acai tea. Very refreshing too. Okay, next up on the Linux Coffee House, Linux terminal emulators have the potential of being much faster. Prominent GNOME sorry, I pronounced that wrong. GNOME developer Christian Hergert announced he created a new terminal emulator that is twice as fast as the closest GPU-based renderer he's found yet so far on Linux, which was Alacrity. Unfortunately, though, he currently doesn't have any plans to develop this experimental speedy terminal emulator any further. Hergert, who is known for his work on GNOME Builder and Sysprof, and other GNOME contributions, through his employment of Red Hat, he tweeted on Friday, just going to put it out there because I don't intend to do anything with it, but I have created a terminal emulator that is twice as fast as the closest GPU-based renderer I found, at least on Linux, which was Alacrity. And the arbitrary screenshot of his experimental emulator running a basic performance test alongside Alacrity. He added part of the reason he was able to make it so far was due to his knowledge from writing a large part of the GTK renderer code and the profiler to guide how to spend the time optimizing the code, and also adding, which you can read this right here on your own time. As for not developing it further, Hergert tweeted, I don't care too much because creating your own terminal is like 20 lines of code. These days, people who really care can just create one as easy as configuring an existing one. True, very true. And with that, that is it for the third article in the Linux Coffee House. All right. Let's see, what else can I find here? Okay. Here we go. Fourth article in the Linux Coffee House. KDE Plasma 6 seeing many bug fixes, including for the Plasma Wayland session. With Plasma 6.0 aiming for an early February release, more of the KDE developer attention is turning to bug fixing. KDE developer Nate Graham was out with his usual weekly development recap of interesting changes for the week. This week, much of the notable work is around KDE Plasma 6.0 bug fixing, including a number of KDE Wayland bugs now being resolved. Some of the notable KDE changes this week include fixing an enormous issue of panels visually freezing in the Plasma Wayland session when using a non-Intel GPU with the basic Qt Quick render loop and task manager previews enabled, fixing various cursor glitches and brokenness when using rotated screens in the Plasma Wayland session on a GPU with hardware cursor support. And here's all the other fixes. You can read them on your own time. Various and also various other bug fixes. More details on the KDE changes this week via Nate's blog. Whoops. All right, before I get to the fifth and final article of the Linux Coffee House Evening Edition, I keep forgetting to add the evening edition. I apologize, folks. It's been a long time since I've done one at night, so bear with me. Okay. Before I get to the final article of the Linux Coffee House, I just want to say, if you enjoy these live streams just as much as I do, then smash that like button, ring-a-ding that notification bell, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. I once again, I want to thank all of the the supporters of my channel. Thank you all so very much. If you need to reach out to me in any way, for, like just to hang out, talk, Linux tech, Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever. You can find me on Discord. Just look for Yu-Gi-Oh Master 88, as well as other social media links that I will that I will have pinned down below. Maybe more social media links to come in the future. I'm looking at things, seeing what piques my interest and what doesn't pique my interest. So keep an eye out for more social media handles. And now to our fifth and final article of the Linux Coffee House. I think you all knew this was coming, and I was planning to cover this eventually. Ubuntu 23.10 beta released powered by Linux kernel 6.5 and GNOME 45 and other updates. The beta images of Ubuntu 23.10 Manic Minotaur, interesting name, Canonical, very interesting, release are now available for testing ahead of the planned official release in October. Ubuntu 23.10 is powered by the latest Linux 6.5 kernel for having the newest hardware support and kernel functionality. Ubuntu 23.10 features GNOME 45 components for its official desktop spin. Its Firefox Snap is enabling Wayland by default. ZFS install support has been added to its new installer. There is experimental TPM-based full disk encryption. The GCC 13 compiler is now used for building all packages and the default compiler version, and there is a wealth of other package updates too. Ubuntu 24.10 also improved PPA management and security. This release also uses DHCP-CD5 to replace the ISC DHCP client. On the downside, 23.10 isn't shipping any GNOME 3.0 snapshot, as if we saw that coming. Ubuntu has also decided to delay its Snap-based Cups printer, making Ubuntu 23.10 all the more important. That it's the last feature cycle before the all-important Ubuntu 24.04 LTS release in April. The official release of Ubuntu 23.10 is expected October 12th. Those wanting to help in testing the Ubuntu 23.10 beta releases can find the announcement with the various download links via the Ubuntu mailing list. And with that, that is it for all 5 articles of the Linux Coffee House Evening Edition. I'm going to stop sharing, and I will give this about 5 more minutes to see the live chat, and then we'll wrap things up here. Okay, there we go. We're back in the live chat. We're back on camera with tea in this lovely little coffee mug. In case you didn't know, this coffee mug says sudo apt-get coffee. Even though the writing is on backwards. In fact, I think I know why that is. And I didn't have time, to get all these settings panned down. But if I go to my video settings in Jitsi, are we good? I think we're good. Let me just make sure. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, basically, as I was saying, I got this new coffee mug. I think about a little while back. It says pseudo apt get coffee. But it's also a pseudo apt get teacup. Very good blueberry acai tea. Very nice. Okay, let me check the live chat here on my iPad. Love this little thing. Makes viewing live chat so much easier. Okay, nobody's here at the time, and I can see that we got one little like. Thank you so much for that like, whoever you are. And just like I said before, a replay will be available after the stream is over. So, if you need to watch the replay, it will be available immediately after the stream. So, keep a lookout for that. I just want to check my recorder on here. I mean, not my recorder, my studio. And the studio seems like it's functioning very well. Excellent condition for the recording. And the stream, too. Okay. But no, my honest opinion about Ubuntu 23.10, interesting features. I am a little skeptical about some things, but I think that skepticism will be pretty much blown out the window once I personally review it myself when I get the time. I do plan to look at it when once it's released. But yeah, the point releases I don't really care about that much. I will look into them just to see what stuff is going to be added. But I will say I am definitely looking forward to Ubuntu 24.04 LTS. It's been a long time since we had an LTS release, and I'm looking forward to it. And with the Linux LTS kernel going from a 6-year track to a 2-year track, what this means entail is we're going to get LTS releases every 2 years. So, good. Very good. But I will also say I am very excited for KDE Plasma 6. Very excited. I will be testing it out once it's fully released. I got currently on, you guys can't see it because it's on the far left of me. It is the my Lenovo ThinkPad Edge 545 AMD gaming rig laptop. That's got right now. I'm testing Arco Linux Mate on it, and when I get a chance, I'm going to play around with GNOME 45 for a little bit and just see how that goes. And once KDE Plasma 6 eventually releases, once Arco Linux makes a new KDE ISO, I plan to test KDE Plasma 6 on Arco Linux. Arco Linux and standard Arch Linux is usually where I mess around when it comes to doing Arch stuff these days. I still go back to Endeavor OS occasionally, but I'm I'm very invested with what Arco Linux is doing. Very invested. Um, and as well as what Standard Arch Linux is doing as well, with how improved the Arch install script is getting. I mean, I do plan to test out that script once the October ISO comes out. Um, Other than that, there's a lot going on in the Linux community. A lot of news, a lot of buzz going around. There's a lot of good things to look forward to. A lot of good things. Anyway, the 5 minutes has officially expired. It's time for me to get up on out of here. This has been the Linux Coffee House Evening Edition, episode number 2. The first episode of this I did around about 2 years ago. This is the first time I've done this in the evening. And the first time I've done the Linux Coffee House on a different day other than my usual Saturday. But I was really busy yesterday, so I thought, since I have time on my hands today, why not give it to you guys today? So anyway, I'm going to get up on out of here. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for coming to watch. A replay of the news articles I went over will be up after this stream is over in a few minutes. Just letting you all know. I was about to say something else, but then the thought just left my head. Oh, I remember now. Remember, folks, Edo Pro Dual Night is next month, and so is the Storm OS live install. I do plan to do an outdoors live stream sometime this week with a main topic in mind. I just don't know when that's going to be, so keep a lookout for that. Other than that, until then, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88 saying see you later. Have a good rest of your evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you next time for another installment of the Linux Coffee House. Bye-bye for now.